Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm going live within a minute, but you feel me? I do everything at a certain time, certain peak, certain ripple effect, and certain sky, okay? And as the sky doesn't have another upside on it, that means in the old days, like I said on a post, sky used to mean sword because ancient people used to make weapons out of none, which is ancient water. And that's where the story of, if you watch cartoons or something or a show and they talk about this sword is made out of meteorite, black, you feel me? They're talking about going back to ancient swords made out of none. And, I'm just coming to talk about telepathy is real. I would have did it on my first live, so I'm on my Donald Trump shit. You feel me? Of how he would have pardoned people at the beginning, but then everybody would have wanted to be pardoned. Everybody would have been like Donald Trump choosing and shit like that. And he was trying to set it up that they don't talk like that. And they admit that there's no community, why he's not going further with how Republican can help the Democrats. And the Democrats don't want help because Donald Trump was expecting to have another term. So this is my problem with Joe Biden and people making words off limits. But like I said before, if words is off, life is about the words that are off limits. You feel me? No one cares that your words are off limits, okay? But common courtesy is personal space. So, that being said, as I use my little troubleshooting, I'm on here mainly to make people know I'm a Zeitzoller type shit. So, when I close my eyes, that's where I see that I'm a Zeitzoller at. You feel me? And people follow that I am Zeitzolling. So, people are like, what's your lead? I got more than 2 eyes. So, that's what I'm saying. This is about me explaining telepathy is real. So, all the ground zero explanations that I never came with, you feel me? That's the game of me talking and getting the atmosphere, the ripple effect, that type of vibe to bring those ground zero thoughts up because now it's karma. As I said in a post before, karma is when the truth consumes the lie, or I said something like that. You feel me? But correct. So you get what I'm saying? Look. You get what I'm saying? That energy in telepathy means people are trying to kill me. But the military is real. You feel me? Because, listen, if you get told this and someone rebuttals this, that you feel me? You didn't say you was going to buck on them. You feel me? They just know they're supposed to do this. So instead of doing this, they say you're bucking on them because they're not going to do it. And then they're like, well, you're bucking because you're not going to do what we say. And I'm like, that's not how the world works. You feel me? So in the end, I'm the only person. But as a whole, it troubleshoots. And the word that I could have said, but proof of telepathy is real. Every word that I don't say, because I would have said it, is proof walls have ears. People want you to stomp your toe. So now the predicament that I am on right now is explaining to people that I remember I was a spirit. You feel me? And words are so fucking off limits. That shit is trifling. You feel me? If I can't talk about being conscious as a Zeitzoller, as a spirit, hell yeah, you can claim someone else's mind on. And then you gonna gunpoint me because you think you can. Y'all gonna flip that, then the next person gonna try to flip that, and now y'all got an ultimatum. So now this person think they gonna flip those two, and then this person think they gonna flip. So now telepathy ain't real. As I was talking to this man the other day, and I done said like this is deja vu from a long time ago. And those words off limits. You feel me? And, you know, I was looked at as a secret shopper back then. And I'm still calling myself a secret shopper now. Just to show you the sensorial lineage of how life wraps itself with reoccurrences and can have many possibilities if not organized. So that's saying I was sitting there last time in my sleepwalk and he was standing and I was all words off limits. But I was great at talking with words off limits. And then now I'm woke, which I noticed the ripple effect of me sleepwalking. But people don't look at that as being a owner. They don't look at that as, you feel me, chivalry. They don't look at that as hospitality. They don't look at none of my sleepwalking or before my sleepwalk to the, you feel me? They don't look at BS to AW, you feel me? They don't look at that. They don't look at before sleepwalking to after awoke. So, you know, it's a jungle because I can't talk about being a Zeitzoller as a spirit. I can't talk about being a Zeitzoller as a consciousness because that's all the fold of me being melanated because spirit is melanin. Because in the end, spirit, when spirit attaches itself back, that's the lessest that melanin can be, to depreciate spirit from melanin. And that's why people say everybody has melanin, which is true. So melanin is thick spirit, you feel me? And then, you know, alchemy, you can gold state Mercury, so you can be in your spirit form and thick too. And then I'm not saying, oh, if you ain't melanin, you ain't thick. I ain't saying nothing like that. So the whole thing is, I've been trying to iterate without saying it, to the point that now I have this whole goddamn library to say it. You feel me? As my senses stay, that's none of y'all business. That's you feel me? That's my business and words off limits business. So, you know, thanks for the privacy type. You feel me? But I've been keep trying to tell people, like, in the end, the people that created the world did not die. That's why we said our ancestors coming back. Telepathy wasn't as co-read when I was in Norcross, so I could, when it echoed ancestors coming back, you feel me? People talked about it, people was ready for it, and people was organizing it. So it's just, where did you fit in those bundles? And I say that because in the end, before they said that, we had amazing teachers that I was too young to be on the internet or anything to go find them. And they wasn't trying to lollygag too long because they knew ancestors was coming back, and they wanted to get the credit and not become a whole clout threshold of finding people for making this visualization, because that's what Galactic Patrol do. They find people for making this visualization. You feel me? Someone told me they don't know what Galactic Patrol is. I was playing dumb with them because they know the Power Rangers, and they cosplay fight like that because that's the way that people was anticipating them to fight. You feel me? So that's the joke on Power Rangers. When you call Power Rangers lame, not knowing that's Galactic Patrol. And goddamn Peter Tarzan was the Red Ranger, goddamn, like, so that is just crazy. People don't know people's ancient names. Some people still got the ancient names, so that means you can't take the names they had before in the fold. When you come back with your ancient name, that means, you feel me, they trying to hide from you. You feel me? Because a lot of people are under the last representation of seeing that person's prestige. So it's a joke, but in the end, the names all have their own prestige. So I say this because in the end, the race was to become an ancestor, you feel me? Time is an illusion, vibes ain't. So speed was always a thing. So racism is about speed because everybody's melanated. So people talk about racism because they're jealous of people that melanated faster than them. So it's not no that energy, but it is the same statement, you feel me? It's people covering up the statement with some pseudo energy. Because in the end, life is about speed. But after the end, the beginning becomes about what is done with speed. Because, you know, if you can be the fastest to open up something, but if you don't do nothing with opening it up, you feel me? So I say that because the most ancient person is 2 in 1. So that be why, because somebody had to make the idealistic the ideology of osmosis and the principles of living in the world. That's why the oldest person is 2 in 1, but 1 of 2. So, and that's the story about the trio, because 2 in 1 means the in 1 is the child being protected by the 2. And most people go Ma'at, Haru, and Ptah. But I say Nun, Haru, and Ptah, because, you feel me, Nun will be the first Ma'at. You feel me? And then Ma'at gets to grow into a spirit from the Nun, which makes Ma'at Haru, and then her path to become Ma'at from Ptah having the name before. So this is all said because people's like, what? And it's only what? Because the ancestors didn't waste time in elaborating so everybody knows. So everything is just Moses talk. Everything is about warning people to not go through shit. So people hear what I'm saying and people play dumb because I didn't hit that point over there, or I didn't hit that point over there, or I didn't hit that point until we can do this. And I say that because, goddamn, I hear telepathy, goddamn. Yeah, I don't want to goddamn work for less and have to still hear complaints about I might struggle. You feel me? So the objective is to stop co-reading my objectives. You feel me? Get crowd control to a point that the cell phones are I can't think of the word, not Crayolas, but that's the best way to think of the word, like colorable of telepathy. But right now, cell phones are handicaps of telepathy. You feel me? And then the handicapped people are like, so now you can't speak telepathy to somebody. You feel me? Like I got telepathy all the way everywhere. You feel me? The regular telepathy to confirm I can go walk my ass somewhere and then get something free, you feel me, is a trap. You feel me? Now that's crazy. So, you know, if someone hurt me, told me the heads up, I think I told a story about something like that before. And then I go there, and then these people was because they knew what they didn't know exactly what the energy was, but they could translate that meant someone's coming through. So then the person that had that energy on, like a vest or like clothes or a vehicle, comes through, and you know you supposed to give them this hospitality, and you don't give it to them, and you got fire cops waiting to be like, what's the hold up, and take you, even though they were supposed to take the person holding up the telepathy, the flashpoint ambulance. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. The flashpoint ambulance don't work right. The flashpoint ambulance is supposed to come in and be like, you feel me, like a limbo drivers. You feel me? Like, if someone wants a ride. But these flashpoint ambulance are not. They mad that they're not goddamn Kobe or stuff like that. And it's just like, well, you can get seats. You feel me? You could not go on that mission in, because you know he's not gonna be one of those people that are grateful and give you training to be better than him. Oh, and then you can go on that mission and be grateful and that you met someone that's grateful and give you training. But people don't think like that in this crowd control. So that being said, detective named Webpoolz, and I had to keep telling people. Someone told me they didn't see Deadpool. I didn't believe that shit. But yeah, that's my whole point of explaining, because the words are off limits. My words are off limits. Do you want me to call you a name? Oh, you didn't telepathy pointed out my loved one, so you know I called you guys names. Okay, so that's the whole point of what I'm talking about. I am a grown ass man. You feel me? So the problem with this is my past life is ricocheting for why they're not respecting that I'm a grown ass man. But that's worse. Because the reason why I'm not being worse is because I'm telling them, I'm holding them to this age of reoccurrences. And then they're saying, what does that have to do with anything? And I'm like, so that's the whole sweep of crowd control. So telepathy is real. So the next point, as I go down the line of this energy and make this a infinite loop to catch rap. I'm rapping like a motherfucker. So I'm rapping, which is the kids meal toy that the military gives everybody. So when people complain about not being safe, or the military ain't hearing that, and crowd control and satellites is watching, and the reason why a nigga didn't slap me was because he had more life, and the reason why he did slap me is because he had less life. You feel me? That's a big problem. Because, you know, you feel me? You can make your own G-Lock, you feel me? Your own Glock, you feel me? But people be wanting to go get a metal level 2 thing and try to customize a weapon on that, which is why they made the license so you won't, because people die but remember what they did and then walk around like that's an asterisk, so I don't have to bring that energy back up. So there's a lot of manual bookkeeping to asterisk you died, and you're talking about you don't need to bring this up, but we can see you still going down that. You feel me? You feel me? And that's what contracts, restraining orders are for. And people keep going, not knowing that there's a goddamn emergency plan if telepathy doesn't get out of cold red in a duration of time. So that's where COVID-19 Resident Evil type shit comes in. As I was talking to somebody about them saying wireless charging, and I was like, yeah, that's real shit. And he was really, like I said. So in the end, words is off limits. It helps with me off limits on words. And the whole big problem for real is when I wake up, people told me I can't live my dreams. That simple. When I wake up, people tell me I can't live my dreams. They dead ass walk around me imagining what I can do from A to B, to B to A, to C to D, to Z to E, to Z to A to Z. And then say, I'm so goddamn not that prestige. How was your thoughts? And then it's crowd control. And the duration of crowd control being over, like I said about the ultimatums, and people run with that. Now, obviously, this energy that we're saying is, if I had the hospitality and someone was going through that, I wouldn't let them out on. But in the end, they are adults. So I would have to. And the problem is, people don't care about their life because it's the wilderness. So this goes back to words are off limits to talk about when I was a white man. Okay, I might have not been a togethered white man. You feel me? I might have just been a spirit without form. And when I formed myself, I was super melanated. But if the white man is sperm, spirit is, you feel me, in water, you feel me, in nothing or something, you feel me, is spirit, then we all are white men, you feel me? So it's just simple. White man and black man is just white belt and black belt. So when they be like, I'm a black male, you did not get your white belt brown. You is not a black man. You don't put a stain on a white shirt and then say you're you feel me? That's what they doing. They just putting stains on their belts and saying they leveled up. No, you're not. You're still a white man. There's many black men that can take you down. So, you know, and Lil Wayne and Michael Jackson and anybody that goes perceive say they a black man, they is saying they is martial artists and y'all trying me. You get what I'm saying? So then, you know, the spiritual, the people that the spirit thick ones, you don't hear them come out their mouth and say, oh, I'm a white man. Or it might sound funny because they know they're a black belt too. But people don't look at that. So that being said, also, it's because I sit on my post and I just, you know, I'm a producer. So all I'm doing is making beats. Okay? They're like, what's your lead? I'm on a different beat. So that being said, as I'm on a different beat, people be talking to the people they already gun pointed and saying, this is all I got. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. You was trying to gun point me with that gun point. That's what people's weapon is. Their gun is gunpoint of other people in a world that they do not rule. You get what I'm saying? I would not go to someone else's house and gunpoint them. You get what I'm saying? That's mine. So in the end, just to help them a little more. I wouldn't go to, you feel me, them their benefit out. I would not go to someone's house that I know is cold at gunpointing people and getting people out of gunpoint by gunpointing people with that and try to gunpoint them. You get what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't go to someone's neighborhood after I went into their house and try to act like I'm the shit. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm not on a military base. I'm not on military territory acting like we all rule the world. You get what I'm saying? It's like this. Say I rule the world, right? Okay. Say I rule the world, right? Now, if somebody else comes, and this is what common law is about, and takes over the world, if they don't do a better job than me, I will fight. You feel me? But if they're doing a great job And I had to learn. What else can I do but take the time to have the hospitality to learn and be a great soldier for them if they're a great person. Now, people are trying to learn, then kill the person that took the hospitality of responsibility to rule the world so they can be able to learn that. Like, they want that responsibility, knowing that if that person died, how they took that person down because it was juggling more, even though they was as cold as them. But once again, that don't make sense. If I do more than you, and I'm keeping up with you, that makes me better than you. You feel me? And get rid of them. You feel me? That's what crowd control. That's what spoiled and the world's been in a monetary system since the first war ever happened, and then mirages start happening, because there's been many wars, but in the definition of Da Vinci decoding in the Matrix, we only needed the two mirages of the beginning, which is 1, and the duplicate, which is 2, which means complete. Cause this is how you know that I'm old as shit. And I never went by 26. And I didn't learn shit off the internet. I thought there was a World War III. People had to tell me, no, stop that World War II. You know how you get a piece of paper and you be like, oh, I'm in, you feel me, year, you feel me? People had to tell me it's only World War II. You feel me? Inception type shit. And I'm like, there wasn't a World War III? And I'm like, no, it stopped at World War II. And you feel me? I already knew it was past World War III. So, you feel me? I thought it stopped at World War III. Where we explained the deficit to show you that we are prospering past the mirages. And because in the end, I can tell you how war ended. It ended like, pause, those off-limit words. So that being said, that's why medieval existed, those off-limit words. And then, as we go on, and so that means World War I, you feel me, is really a chivalry person saying, oh, this is war. You feel me? A polite person giving hospitality. And then niggas not leaving. Not, you feel me? Not running up on the nigga. No. That's part of the ass whooping from the chivalry guy. Because that's what it was like for not leaving. And he's like, oh, this is war. And then did it again. You feel me? To make a whole Akashic records that you can't defeat me. You feel me? And that's the story of a one-man army. And how people were in the military before contracts. Many people that was in the military before contracts are one-man armies. But the first one-man army, irony, is so powerful that they can call them everybody soldiers. And so, you know, this goes back to me saying telepathy is real. Now, if I don't unlock telepathy for the whole community off this video, then this is a goddamn, hey, this is my time capsule. I don't know if I'm gonna survive. Cause you get what I'm saying? War. You feel me? How the hell is telepathy real? And we can't communicate to nobody. Let me say it like this. How is telepathy real? And we can say it isn't. Telepathy. But nah, that's the whole thing about that's what I'm saying. People is weird as shit. So that being said, niggas got this compound left to show you crowd control is working. I think I done fucked up my screen. Hold on. There you go. So yeah. That's, you feel me? And it's deja vu. So people, you feel me? So people are going up to Godfathers that have been there, done that, of that energy, and then saying, this is all I got. And the Godfather's like, they waiting for the Godfather's like, you want me to? You feel me? And it's just like, nobody cares about your life if you don't care about your own life, okay? You don't, that's the type of lifestyle you have. Some people cannot care about their life and have real loved ones. You feel me? So, that being said, as I had in the song where I said, I had to tell him, man, because, you know, I had to put myself inside the atmosphere. So for people's character to be hidden is proof of telepathy. It's regular telepathy. Is like saying cafeteria. So, you know, I can yell in the cafeteria. Don't mean anybody gonna hear me. But they know I yelled. I mean, people don't comprehend what I said, but they know they heard me yell. You feel me? So telepathy is just like a cafeteria. So if you in a cafeteria and niggas is ready to throw food at you, instead of listen to you say, I don't want no food thrown at me. You feel me? Then it's that simple. Because I have to differentiate myself from people, okay? I'm in this cafeteria and people want to talk to me and eat around me like I want to eat around them. When I hadn't told them I was scared just once before. That means mission accomplished, because it could have repeated that a kid could die and cry for what I did not work hard enough, so I didn't put my pain up on a pedestal to never let a children feel it for what they could feel. Like, good riddance. Hold on, I'm saying it wrong.
They had to tell me how I'm saying, so I didn't have to tell them, man, I was just scared just once before. When I thought a kid could die and cry from what I had, and I didn't work up hard enough, so I didn't put my pain up on a pedestal to never ever not just steal it from the other children. I could feel it like good riddance. Now I'm hearing like the difference of me is so easy, cause you talking like you really is me, but I tell these niggas I came with machetes once before.
Okay, so that being said, I'm in the cafeteria trying to talk, and all eyes are on me. Because I could remember that, but people are trying to throw food at me. I got a dog. I'm not going to talk, and then food getting thrown on me, and I'm still saying the word. No. And then I'm going to say, so, that being said, this is not a joke. We is nothing alike. You feel me? So, if this energy is around me, that means there's a translucent surveillance of you. Okay? And if they see I was scared before because I didn't, that means you're arrested by me, translucent. You get what I'm saying? Citizen arrest. Or under care. So the whole thing is, people are rude. People go to the cafeteria, act a fool, because there's no more recess. And the problem is, the cafeteria is supposed to have the same rules as recess. So, as crowd control wise, as troubleshooting wise, that people don't understand. So, you know, cell phones is the troubleshooting of telepathy. So I be on the internet troubleshooting telepathy and not saying nothing and be hearing. If I was that guy, I would have thought like this or some shit like that. Or they know the meeting of minds from past lives or some shit in between. And then they start saying milk and cereal or some shit. So, you know, I'm just here because I don't like to go places and then people act like the scenario is another scenario when they're acting like this. So when I go to work, I'm not bored. The job is to work. So if people's bored and they trying to blame me like I'm the bored one, that's weird as shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Right now, people be like, you need this, that, and the third. But if people are watching this, that, and the third, I have to camp until I can unlock them shits. Who the fuck be like, God's gonna be with me and still go do that shit? No, I'm not gonna do that. That's dumb as shit. That's the cafeteria shit that I was talking about. So yeah. As you know, the repetition of calling my spirit, and they looking at my spirit as melanin and my melanin as spirit, because, you know, words are off limits. Words are off limits. Words is 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 off limits. You feel me? And the whole thing is, I don't need no one to tell me my ABCs, but people keep trying to tell. You get what I'm saying? Telepathy is so cool, right? Everything that's coming out my mouth, just like if you watch any of my other videos, it's me pinpointing parts that I feel like is great points that later in time, when I say it, the space that wasn't there is going to show up and have volume. So, at this moment, it's just a plethora, a saturation of things going to have volume. So I can say, I can be random, because it's just about why telepathy is off limits. And it's this energy. It's all it is. It's all it is. You feel me? It's all it is. I can't talk when I want to talk. You feel me? Because time is a stopwatch. So people follow vibes and try to guess that person's vibe at that time and point and peak. Because in the end, we have to be happy with where we at from the military. You get what I'm saying? Everything that come out my mouth is shit I would told people in my first impression, but they're not mature enough to comprehend. Like that whole statement from that song I just played, that's the first thing I would have told somebody. You feel me? So people, so you know, like I said about telepathy being real and people seeing, people talking to somebody, like, you know, war rooms type shit, and then that person show up and then they try to do that ultimatum shit. You know what I'm saying? People notice I'm out to say that shit. You feel me? That's all it is. Because look, you pinpointed the one time I was scared. And now I'm a cocky son of a bitch, right? I'm a cocky bastard, right? Because I ain't scared no more, but you scared as shit. Why? Because of how I thought a kid could die or cry. Now look at the high school, okay? So niggas bucking on me for how much I am a scary human being, of them looking at how much I buck in existence about how a kid could die or cry. How much I'm for the ambulance. How niggas buck on me how much I'm for the ambulance. Niggas buck on me how much I'm for the military. Niggas buck on me how much I'm for first aid. Because I'm not pinpointing somebody and be like, hey, that's not how you treat somebody. That's karma. That's your fault. So people are bugging on me because I'm not going to save them from karma. You know what I'm saying? Example, this is what people doing. People is using telepathy, clairvoyance, state senses, sensing, trying to figure out when I would be scared, which they pinpointed. And then they're trying to, you know those old cell phones that you pick up and, you feel me? They're trying to pick up and be like, I don't give a fuck that you don't like that, I want to kill that nigga. That's what people's doing. Now, why are we arguing? Because you want to tell me, I don't give a fuck how much you want to think I want to kill that nigga. Because I don't talk to you. You feel me? I don't, you feel me? I wouldn't, I can't. I was scared before. Why would I go back into putting myself in a predicament? Even though you guys aren't close to that territory, being military taking advantage of it, and y'all want to in tune to, I don't give a fuck. You feel me? And that's my life. That's why I bust my chin. You feel me? Because they in tuned to my vibe that I will never be scared again. Because the only thing that can scare me, if there was no hospitality to save everybody and it wasn't people's karmas why they died. So I can never be scared again. So now I'm a immortal cocky bitch. You feel me? No one want to talk to me because I'm here for staying alive. And they died and went through resurrection probation and came back and act like the military didn't tell them who I was. The guy that was scared once before of a kid could die or cry. So I then separated my spirit from my body and let my spirit not feel a shit because spirit is the pinpoint of melanin. So I saved my own pain, but went in a mirage, so still felt the pain. But if my first existence don't feel shit, I can flashpoint it. And that's what makes me super slime in the military without contracts. And the leader of the disease, so you know, that's my chivalry, to be able to call myself the leader of the disease. Name starting with Z, and then my chivalry is just so cool that all the Z's fall under it, and then that make Z's the coolest letter for all the letters. So that's why leader of the disease has that I'm just a bill, but that gangster shit too. Schoolhouse rock type shit. Leader of the disease, you feel me? It was one around where my Michael Jackson S comes from. So the whole thing is, who can get on a Michael Jackson song and kill? Please tell me. Name all. This is why I say this is my little PS in the time. Name an artist right now that y'all want to hear on a Michael Jackson song. Nobody. But y'all want to hear those remixes I did. You feel those Z mixes I did. Oh, yeah. Girl. You know it ain't a thing. You know it ain't. You know it ain't. You feel me? That's smooth. Name another artist that can get on a Michael Jackson song and just do that, and I can listen to this and be like, oh my God, I like Michael Jackson. I like this too. No, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying, with respect, I don't get as an artist because telepathy is real and they see that email. So that's the thing. I'm just opening up all my energy mail right at this moment for a duration of an hour or so, because in the end, I'm telling people, leave me alone. So I don't have to hit certain points, you feel me, because words are off limits. So, you know, I was watching Rick and Morty outside of my house, you feel me, because when I go inside of my house, my domicile, when I go to a place, you feel me, and then I leave, but like I said about the chirping and then waiting for something. So, you know, if I'm just going back to my place and I'm outside, you feel me, it's worse. It should be the same, but you know. And, you feel me, the phone is not a portal gun for everybody, you feel me. The phone, you feel me, whoever you got the phone, that's who it's a portal gun for if you're not endorsed by them. Or, you feel me, blue can do weekend too type shit. So, that being said, we're in a world of people not respecting how people came about in the world. And in the end, I'm not saying other people don't think that way about no one getting hurt. I'm just saying I'm the number one prospect. So this is just the whole problem, because I'm about to talk my shit, you feel me, if I get to that lead wave. If I don't, it is what it is, because in the end, this is deja vu and words are off limits. And the difference between the sleepwalk, you feel me, the BS, and the AW is that AW is reality, you feel me? After woke is reality. BS is the troubleshooting for when AW happens. And we're still acting like this is BS. So, that being said, because let me tell y'all the story of the world. The story of the world is war ending before it happened, which made the medieval times that the person that ended war can make the joke about World War I, because the world is a jungle. It's a many tesseracts, and it's many people with multi-dimensionals that was trying to attack that person's castle, like defend your castle, you feel me? But not aggressively attack, conservatively attack, to try to hide from calling it war, from the ass whooping to never had been war. So war was always organized. And you know, Peter Zuar know what I'm talking about. And with the Greek and Roman. So, you know, words are off limits. So, you know, sometimes I trap with my homies, sometimes I trap with my homies type shit. And people be just be playing. You get what I'm saying? Because that song, he said he was gonna call his first ancestor. That's why it's like that, you feel me, moving like, because they trying to stop him from calling his first ancestor of what he's known for. Because that's, he give credit, you feel me, for ending before war started. And words is off limits, you feel me, words is off limits, words is off limits, words is off limits. So, you feel me? I told people about celebrities just choosing to be in a different humidity control, you feel me, a different gravity control, different vibe, difference, you feel me, outside of the catching of people's senses. And the joke that people do with their senses is they say the person died because they can't sense them no more. So I'm here just being the chief of, oh, you never gonna say I died. Okay, so yeah, I was just saying, you never gonna say I died. So, that being said, words is off limits. But no. So, celebrities took advantage of leap years. You feel me? The energy behind the ripple effect of leap years. And then went through the mirage to still show up, even though people know where they went through the leap year, to camouflage how spirit to body works in the making of the phallus. So people like Michael Jackson, Tupac, Mac Miller, they didn't die. They gave their story of the making of a phallus in a mirage. And people still running with it because they're not supposed to sense them from the leap years. So my objective is to try to get through the leap year and connect everybody back together, which is why I said this is about telepathy is real. And you know, it's a problem because this can be done now. Time is a stopwatch, you feel me? The old time is still going. We're not going off the old time. We're going off of a video, you feel me? We're going off of our organic video, a mirage, you feel me? A mythology, you feel me? We're not going off the distinct time, you feel me? But people that you can sense this energy on, they are going off the real time inside the video, in that real time. So we already skadooed inside of a video, and now they're telling us to skadoo in another video. They're telling us to spend more money. They're telling us to do what you did last time. And it's just like, well, I didn't come back in this. I could have came back in the video to do this shit, but I did not come back in the video to do that. You feel me? Words is off limits, words is off limits, words is off limits. So, words are off limits as we stabilized that before. And the problem is, I be trying to tell people, like, the first thing someone should have did with Lou Will looking for prospects was deliver me. Why? Because I wanted to play basketball, but I didn't have nobody at the moment to help me argue with the coach. So people was acting like a parent going up and being like, the fuck? My son is cold. At least give him a chance. I don't want to hear no, he didn't do the drill right. Talk to me. Sit him down. Let's watch him shoot. Let's watch him go through drills. Then let's put him through your tryouts. Because I don't want to hear about this nigga jealous, so you not going to look at him this way, and this nigga just like football. Like, that's what they did in football. But I was hitting niggas, so, you know. And I was hitting niggas. I was running. I was doing up and downs better than people. I was always accelerating, so they couldn't really do that shit because it don't make sense. But basketball, they could have did that shit because, yeah. But they still did it, though. So, you know what I'm saying? So, the best thing people were supposed to do with their free time they had with somebody that come back to a school that we all went to. And by 2012, wrestling was the coolest sport in the goddamn thing at our school. To 2013, I'm known as the goddamn coach, and he a chaperone. So I'm only showing up because everybody knows what I taught them via Coach Rogers. And I'm not practicing but winning motherfucking because I got these mental reps and I'm not healed from when I was in football. No, they just telling Lou Will, we just gonna use you. You feel me? They not talking about, oh yeah, Uncle, that's cool. You heard of, you feel me? Oh, it's Uncle, it's like this now. No, they still talking about they want to beat Lou Williams. And that's, you get what I'm saying? That's the whole problem with the world. Because I also say that because I've been out of high school for years. So I'm actually making a joke about always bringing up high school. You feel me? I'm really making fun of the cafeteria. Because not too long ago, someone talked to me. And I'm like, bro, I'm way older than you. Bro, I don't even give a fuck if I was a year older than you. I don't give a fuck if you was 18 and I was 19. I don't give a fuck if you was 19 and I was 22. You get what I'm saying? I am way older than you. I don't know who told you can talk to me like this. You get what I'm saying? But words are off limits, so you know what's going down. You get what I'm saying? So words is off limits. Why? Because you know what's going down. So the whole thing is speed it up, because what are we waiting for? Now, that also being said, I have a whole goddamn organized, not wanted telepathy interface, but telepathy ain't real. That's what this is really about. You feel me, right? Having a whole telepathy interface that I don't have to think because people are thinking for me. But the second that I was supposed to pick up the goddamn pill, but I picked up the the moats, they talking about freeze or some shit. And that's a big problem because Exhibit A. Words is off limits. I couldn't tell her where it's supposed to be toward to and detour from. Yeah, the altar. Voila! I told you. Am I right? Now we see the upside ocean that we are in. We see the sky. Now we see the sky that we are in. That can be upside into an ocean. You get one? That's scary, ain't it? So how are you going to tell somebody that can upside the sky, shut up, because he's nice? That doesn't make sense. You feel me? I know life is about nothing, so we have a free will. But the people that made it about something are bullies. You feel me? Not that co-read definition. Because they only bullies when people put them in the mythology of bullies. So that being said, because now I'm the map god now. You feel me? You feel me? The people that was on hush and telepathy are glowing. They done fucked up. You feel me? Now they trying to leave the cafeteria, but you feel me? They didn't try to jump me now. So the principals and it was like, no, there's no leaving the cafeteria. And they're like, well, blame them too, blame them. No, come here, Zame. Can I help you guys? And now they don't want to talk, they want to fight. That's what this energy is. You feel me? So the problem, like I said, telepathy is real, and they trying to correct. They trying to go be oblivious to that's what that means. Let the flashpoint ambulance come in and take the wrong person and call that person crazy. So there goes the, you feel me? So now, damn, well, if it's that simple, what's going on? That is going on. It's that simple, and it's that simple, and it's that simple, and words is off limits to know it's that simple. So, that being said, we are here not paying attention to a human being that can flashpoint the world. And since they can be that, you feel me? Because everybody, you feel me? This is how you know who the popular kid is type shit, who the leaders are, you feel me? Yeah, there might be a president, but who's the real president type shit, you feel me? They look for the person that can nuclear the world the most. Even if it's by a little, they look for who can nuclear the world the most. And then this is where the I don't give a fuck it, you feel me, comes in. Because I'm not going to be their friend. So now, they're hoping another child comes in and osmosis is my story the same way. Because that's the only way it can be. And the way they was going to treat me, because how nice and sweet, and they think they're going to finesse that person by treating them that way. And now I'm the antagonist trying to say, bruh, they was fake. No, bro, you're supposed to be my friend. No, what? I was so nice to you. And this is reality. This is not a goddamn video game. This is not even though video game started as reality, this is not a show. Even though show started as a rap of reality. You feel me? This is the consistency correspondence of going on. And we keep watching old TV shows and reruns. And that's why I said I can go to the Patriots right now. We took that out. Because from sleepwalking, I made my persona. You feel me? Then, like I always say, Atlanta niggas always have Atlanta niggas back. So now that I then said nigga, and I said bitch, and I said fuck and shit, and I was scared before and type shit, well, that would help you. Okay, so the whole thing, the whole thing is, don't nobody want to be news reported by no one that don't know nothing. But common courtesy is, maybe you got a little fun fact to add on. But they don't. It's just a whole envy. Who do you think you is? I'm like, the nigga that you're trying to talk to. Words is off limits. So news reporters talk to somebody and try to off limit words. So when I go into a press conference, I am a drug dealer, because I'm going to say every off-limit word, goddamn, that I want to say. I'm not going to just, our words off limits and say it. If it's inside of my statement already, I'm going to say it. So now it's anticipating what I will say. Now that's called gunpoint, you feel me? That's called stalking, you feel me? And that's what we're talking about with this, and telepathy. And why? This has nothing to do with my skills. This has nothing to do with my durability going down, because the more that I age, the worse it's going to be via satellites and bird view. And because in the end, what happened to everybody having tape on everybody? You feel me? I don't get that New England video scandal shit at all. It's all one league. So you telling me you can videotape the game and see what they did, but you can't have a friend from practice, or you can sign somebody from a team and they tell you and bring their tape, right? I don't think they give their tape back. You feel me? That video scandal shit didn't make no sense. That's why they did the Deflategate shit. Because they couldn't blame nobody. So karma was still trying to blame, but all you have is the story of the video scandal. You can't. How you gonna blame someone for deflating the balls? The refs check the balls every goddamn placement. So now you have to blame the ref, and then you can blame them if they paid the ref, but they did not pay the ref. So you gonna try to do a deflate gate, and the refs have to check the ball. You feel me? So you tell me, Tom Brady threw the ball. They threw the ball to the ref. Defense and offense, you feel me? And then the ref went, oh. And we blaming the Patriots. No. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole more to that shit. Words is off limits. So people have their tactics of how much they know. The world has its own silence that doesn't need to be spoke of. Because if I slap you, I don't gotta be like, I slapped you. If I'm gonna slap you again, I don't gotta say, I'm gonna slap you again. You feel me? So in the end, if I slap you and I'm still staring at you, you know I'm gonna slap you. And that's my problem. When I be talking and I'm like, this person just threatened me. They're like, what? What word came up? Nigga, if I tell you to get from behind me and you don't listen, you threatened me. If I say, I appreciate your help, and then it's off limits to say I don't need it, you threatened me. If I can't rudely be polite since benefit of doubt, you threatened me. You feel me? As I'm Channel Zeus. You feel me? So it's just like, I don't know how this meeting of mind think that I'm not gonna orchestrate how meeting of minds gotta get out of traffic. You feel me? Words is off limits. So that being said, like I told people, I got in touch with the highest chief. I watched military football. They told me, go look at the New England Patriots. They told me, no, the Army football of college is supposed to have that trivia brochure type shit. And etc. And then I already knew this stuff, but you feel me, telepathy clout-wise of my sarcasm of, oh, wow. And then me knowing my past life and me consciously observing the accolades that have to come to the hair, and they doing that tenant shit like I'm washing my hairness or some shit. And you know, I've always been in touch with the highest chief because I, as a 0-year-old, wiggling my feet, knowing people saying telepathy ain't real, and I could have walked in 2 seconds because of how I nurtured myself on my back. But people wouldn't be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, all words is off limits, but not for crowd control satellite workers. But the fired ones. The highest chief wants to meet me. So niggas is like, what is you doing? I'm like, well, nigga, I'm gonna go to the jungle. If the highest chief wanna meet me, and I can't go nowhere out that person's sight, I just gotta wait for that person to get off work. So now, the problem is, niggas want to kill me before the highest chief get off work. Just like niggas want to kill the #1 prospect in the sport. That's what they want it to be, but it's really me trying to meet up with the highest chief because we think alike. So niggas is grieving and drooling over how wealthy power is money is. And I'm just a goddamn black belt, white belt or some shit. And I guess I'm White Iverson. And people still be talking out their ass when I've been talking to the highest chief my whole fucking life. My whole fucking life I've been talking to the highest chief. My whole existence. My whole past life too. You get what I'm saying? My past life is Jamaican. My now is Atlantean. Put two and together, that's Atlantis. So that's what I'm saying. It's just a whole problem with people not respecting the principles of the military. So, like I'm saying, I can guess what the highest chief want to say to me. You feel me? Words is off limits. I can see what people have off limits from what they stereotype. I would guess because the love that I.e. basically juked their ass out of, so now I'm on the New England Patriots. And they thought I was trying to play quarterback when I like to do crowd control before I choose anything. You feel me? So, you know, niggas thinking that I'm mad at certain people for taking spots or some shit. And I'm like, I'd rather people be safe than me jump into a space. That's why I stay in tune with the highest chief, because the highest chief hasn't came home yet from the last time they left the medieval way. And people are just lollygagging on the rerun channels like I don't give a fuck. So it's a whole goddamn Cinderella Harry Potter story. that been flipped on the highest chief, though. Because I'm a Zeitzoller. You get what I'm saying? So, it's just bad because that's what the world's about. People was conscious with their ancestors as Zeitzollers, and their ancestors was the oldest Zeitzoller on their descendants. So, niggas don't talk to the drip. They talk to the oldest Zeitzoller. And then knowing the walls have ears, then they try to they try to think what they would have said to the drip, to the Zeitzoller they disrespected. And it's all disrespectful. And that's telepathy is real. I'm gonna land it at that because I need to go. Telepathy is real.